Hey guys, so today I want to talk about what to do with your business in a recession. So I hear from a lot of contractors when we're doing prospecting and looking on taking new clients that, their calendars are incredibly booked. They can't find people to do the work. They have too much work, so they need to turn it away. But the reality of the situation is that none of these are good objections for why you should at least have a baseline marketing campaign in place. So today we're going to go through, I put together a brief presentation to talk about why marketing is important regardless of economic climate. So then guys, today's presentation is appropriately named Marketing to Survive. Good times don't last forever. So what are we talking about? Recessions, financial crisis. What do we mean? So the last great recession, 2008. So, world financial markets went into a meltdown. Home mortgage foreclosures across the country skyrocketed and millions of people lost their life, savings, their jobs, their homes. And one of the things, especially for new contractors, that they don't realize is that times were not always as good as they are now. So the U.S. home building industry in the early 2000s took the worst hit. We're actually still not building as many homes to this day as we were back in the early 2000s prior to 2008. So dozens of home builders closed up shop or merged or were acquired by other firms who are financially solvent. The important statistic here is from 2007 to 2010, the top 200 home builders bottomed out, dropping 62 and 64% respectively in the span of 3 years. Now, imagine building homes and as home service professionals, all that trickles down for. Even if you create a linear relationship, what would happen to your business if you lost 62 to 64% of the jobs on your schedule tomorrow? Would you survive? So then that brings us into what can you do? The focal point of this presentation is going to be showing you why it's important to invest in your marketing, your SEO, and your sales channels when times are good. Have that budget in place for when you need it. So the businesses that survived were the ones with great brands and reputations, strong relationships with builders, strong brand presence. Maybe they had recurrent revenue or contracts in place for preventative maintenance agreements and things like that. Those companies were able to get just enough revenue to weather the storm, the worst financial crisis. And those are the companies now that have become the new top players in their market because they were able to stay alive. So companies that have strong referral channels and good close rates, who invest in their sales process, who train, who retain their employees, they still did really well. And then what other things you should do? So ensuring strong SEO positioning and sales channels is something you do before. You are not going to be able to get to the top page of Google in a month when you see things go bad. SEO just doesn't work like that. Sales channels don't work like that. They require nurturing. You have to build them over time. And so then this is not exactly what to do, but what not to do. You can't kneecap your funnel. So the whipsaw reaction when times get bad of everybody is let's just cut discretionary spending. Let's not buy any new equipment. Let's cut our sales and marketing program down to try to shore up cash to survive. But the problem is, as soon as you do that, you have no new jobs coming in the door. And the reality is that if you position yourself strongly, you'll actually come out with an advantage because things like Google Ads, top high bids get cheaper. Facebook ads get cheaper. Marketers themselves are usually the first on the chopping block, so they're willing to negotiate with you and give you great pricing if you're still willing to put that budget for it and advertise. So I want to show you an example. So this is basically a graphic of search engine results pages, one with local service ads, which is Google guaranteed, one without them. But this probably looks familiar. If you Google roofing contractor near me in your area, this is what'll come up. And so you can see that paid advertising accounts for, on the one on the left, about 20-ish%, I think. Yeah, just over 20% of the click-through rate. The one on the right, without the Google guaranteed, if that's not in your area yet, that accounts for maybe 13% of the traffic. But then you see a lion's share of the traffic is still going, almost 30% in both scenarios to the map pack. and then 25 and 27.4% respectively to the top organic search result. So, when we talk about SEO campaigns, usually it can take up to 2 to 3 months to even start ranking for the keywords that you want to, even when you're actively doing link building and actively like paying for SEO. And so I'm not saying to just go jump at any old firm and like sign up for SEO. You need to make sure that you're not working with a firm that overpromises and underdelivers, that they're actually doing the right things. But you can see that a lion's share of search traffic comes to the organic results still. So in that circumstance, you can't just turn the funnel on like paid ads and generate as much business as you need. Even if the ad prices are cheaper, you're still going to have a good mix between paid and organic traffic. So what I mean, so middling players book business in good times, and this is how it works. So if you look at the 3-pack and you see the high-ranking contractors in the area, you'd see, okay, the company that's at the top who has the best reviews, gets the most lion's share of the organic traffic, they're probably booked. There's a shortage of labor right now, like their calendars filled up. That doesn't mean they won't quote or estimate jobs or get first dibs. It just means they're going to quote it high. They're only going to take the kind of work that they want to take on. And then, like everything that's left will go to player number 2 or player number 3. It's not a linear relationship, but I'm just saying it to try to kind of explain. So then you see like on this list, North Shore Exteriors, Traverse City Roofing, Preferred, they're all booked. So then people are going to the more businesses section. They're looking for the map. They're trying to find a contractor that can help them because everyone else is either booked up too much or they're too expensive because they're booked and they can quote aggressively. But then what happens in bad times is only the best are going to survive. So the guy who's at top, maybe he's had to like rein in his quotes and his pricing, and so his margins are a bit slimmer, but he still has work on his calendar. He's still keeping his employees employed, and like they're showing up on job sites every day. They're not overhead. Same thing, like if you're 75% booked or 50% booked, like you have to ask yourself in your personal business situation, like, would I still be able to survive? Yes or no? But then anybody who hasn't invested in their marketing channels or their sales channels, like they're not going to that more businesses tab. And if you work solely on referral channels, like referral channels are great when people have a lot of discretionary income and times are good and they have a surplus of money and they want to install that pool or get that landscaping done, or pay to even fix that leak in their bathroom, something they actually need, call a plumber. But people are less apt to do that. Therefore, they're not asking for referrals. The referral channels themselves are not that strong during a recession or bad economic times. So you can see how this quickly devolves and only the strong survive. So then what is the ultimate solution is you need to be wary. You need to invest when times are good. So your sales channels are strong enough when times are bad. This doesn't necessarily mean, go to Orb Solutions and sign up for SEO. This means that however you uniquely sell in your business, you need to be cognizant of like, what is the worst case scenario for me and how can I plan for it? And how can I invest in my channels and my people and my marketing so that when times actually turn bad, I still have enough to survive? Because I guarantee that the players who do survive the next economic downturn are going to come back even stronger when the economy comes back. It's inevitable. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video today. Oh no, it's time for the shameless plug. The truth is, I hate high pressure sales calls. Look for the link in the description below to book a free video audit where we'll look into your website, web presence, and current digital marketing activities and provide some free advice to help you improve your business. We love helping contractors succeed and teaching them about marketing and technology. So whether you choose to work with Orb or not, a rising tide lifts all boats. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.